Welcome back. This is the second episode of my Florida Beauty Hybrid series. In this video, I'll be sharing a few more hybrids from my collection, each one with a very different look, especially when it comes to the leaf shape and variegation. You'll notice how each cross brings out something unique. Some lean more towards structure, some towards pattern, and some just evolve differently over time. I'll walk you through each plant, what stands out to me, and how they've been growing in my setup. Let's start with the first one. This one is Florida Beauty crossed with Mayoi Tortum. You can really see a mix of traits coming through here. The leaf shape is very detailed with deeper cuts and slightly more intricate structure compared to the others. There is a bit more going on visually, especially as the leaf starts to mature and open up fully. The variegation is also quite interesting. It doesn't follow a fixed pattern, so every leaf feels a bit different. Some comes out with softer tones, others have more contrast, which keeps things unpredictable in a very good way. As the plant grows, you start to notice more definition in the leaf structure, especially with the influence from Tortum. It's one of those plants where you actually look forward to each new leaf just to see how it turns out. The spacing, the cuts, and the overall shape keeps evolving, which makes it engaging to watch over time. Even within the same plant, you'll notice variation from leaf to leaf, and that's the part of what makes this hybrid interesting. This is definitely one of the more visually dynamic plants in my collection. Next is Florida Beauty crossed with Bobbcee, and this one has a very distinct character. The leaf shape feels a bit more structured, and the variegation can show up in sharper, more defined patterns. There's a nice contrast on some of the leaves, especially where the variegation stands out more clearly. It's still in a developing stage, but you can already see how it's starting to form its identity. The newer leaves are beginning to show better shape and more clarity in the pattern. As it grows further, the overall look should become even more pronounced. This is one of those plants where you can already see the potential building up. Definitely, it's one of those plants which I'll be keep checking on to see how it progresses. Sometimes it's good to have plants that brings in a different kind of presence. This is Brown Beauty, slightly different from the rest in terms of overall look. The foliage has a deeper tone, which gives it more grounded and rich appearance. This one got reverted, so you can see the new leaves have no variegation in it. I'll try to cut it down in some future time to see if it gets the variegation back. Leaf shape of this plant is more classic without too many variations, but it still holds to its own in the collection. Lastly, this is Florida Beauty crossed with Billietiae, and the influence is pretty clear right away. The leaves are more longer and more stretched out, with slightly narrow, elegant shape that Billietiae is known for. The variegation here is quite balanced. You get a good mix of green and white without it feeling too heavy on either side. What I like about this one is how clean it looks overall. Nothing too chaotic, just a very refined pattern across the leaf. New leaves have been coming in consistently, and the shape is starting to become more defined with each one. You can also see the plant is gradually increasing in size, which will make the leaf structure stand out even more over time. This is one of those plants that doesn't try too hard, but still stands out in the collection. Definitely something I enjoy, just letting grow and develop naturally. So that was a look at a few more Florida hybrids from my collection. Each one has its own style, and it's interesting to see how different crosses brings out completely different traits over time. I'll be sharing updates on these as they grow because a lot of these plants really start to change as they mature. Let me know which one stood out to you the most. I'm always curious to hear different perspectives. And if you're into rare plants and hybrid like this, make sure to subscribe. There's a lot more coming. See you in the next episode. Thank you.